What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to basketball, and more importantly, welcome back to the NBA Progress Report. This is a series where we check in on young players around the NBA to, well, see how they're progressing, because let's face it, once a player's done being a rookie, we tend to forget about them. We've moved on to the shiny new rookies that come in, and those first couple years are really important in the NBA. So that's what this series is dedicated to, looking at players in years 2 through 4 and just seeing how they're progressing early on in their NBA careers. Today, we've got Jaylon Tyson of the Cleveland Cavaliers, a player I did not expect to be as productive as he has been so early on this year. I've had a lot of you guys requesting that we actually do a breakdown on him, so that's what we're going to do today. But before we get into all the film, all the stats, my actual little report card here, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I've responded to every single comment on my YouTube channel up to this point, and I intend to keep on doing so. We've had a lot of new people coming by the channel recently, which is very, very cool to see. Glad you guys have been enjoying the content. I know people tend to get more interested in the NBA once kind of the holidays rolls around, so that's awesome. Glad to have you guys here. Thanks for choosing me as your dum-dum to listen to for the next, 45 minutes or so. But anyway, let's get into the progress report. And that brings us back to the progress report spreadsheet. For those of you new to the channel, because let's face it, about 60% of you are in any given video, I like to kind of build these spreadsheets myself and use them in my videos because it helps me visualize and articulate everything that we're talking about here on the channel. And you can actually get access to this report card system if you want as well. It's really simple. All you have to do is join my Discord. Just go down to the link in the description below, join it. It's completely free. You go over to the announcements channel and you can download this spreadsheet and use it yourself, fill in some information. It's really, really cool. But basically at the end of this video, I'll be able to put in year 2 of his data, and it'll fill in here and it'll tell us what areas he's growing in, shrinking in, all of that, whatnot. But for the time being, we're going to start talking about Tyson and just his film, his analytics, kind of what I've seen out of him so far. So let's get into that. Stop right there, y'all. I've got some breaking news to talk about. That's right, I'm interrupting this mildly interesting YouTube video because we've got a special channel announcement. I'm proud to announce that we've got our first ever channel partnership, Fan Daily. Have you ever wanted one place that keeps you fully up to date on the schools you care about the most? Well, Fan Daily builds a personalized daily newsletter around the programs you care about most. You can pick up to 3, and Fan Daily pulls everything together for you. Team news, game previews, key stats, and updates on all your school's athletes now playing in the NFL, NBA, WNBA, MLB, and the NHL. Instead of digging through apps and feeds, you can get one clean daily email that tracks your teams and their pro alumni automatically. It's simple, accurate, and actually useful. I hope you all know that I really value your time. I've been approached by a lot of other companies before that want to partner with the channel, but I've just never really felt there was a good fit up to this point. But the guys at Fan Daily approached me and I got to talk to them, hear their story a little bit, and I just really vibed with what they're trying to do. In a world where we get fed a lot of nonsense on the daily, it felt good to kind of just have control over the media that was being sent to me every day. It's exactly what I wanted to see. And by the way, this isn't a paid partnership. This is really just 2 small businesses in my channel and their website realizing that we could probably help each other out. We've got some similar goals and values, similar audiences, so we really just kind of want to start working together a little bit. So I encourage you today, go create your own custom newsletter. The link to their website will be in the description down below. Take control of your media feed. But now, let's get back to the video. Jaylon Tyson, last year, rookie. He's now a second-year player. He's 23, so he's a little bit older than the average person coming in, but still a very, very young player in the NBA, right? I was not the biggest fan of Jaylon Tyson coming into the NBA. For those of you that don't know, I professionally scout and evaluate people. I take a look at them for an NBA team that hires me via the business that I run each and every year. And I looked at Tyson, I was like, yeah, there's a skill set in here, but this guy wasn't really a productive basketball player until he had the ball an obscene amount of time in college. His usage was through the roof. He just had the ball at all times, and I was like, he's not gonna get to do that in the NBA, and that's really the only time we've seen productive basketball out of this guy. So I don't see it. And last year, that was the case, man. When he got in, all he wanted to do was have the ball the whole time and try to create everything himself, and it wasn't working. It was not the most productive season ever. But something happened in the offseason, which is something that I think a lot of us forget can happen, and that's development and learning and restructuring who you are, because he is a completely different player this year. Obviously, with some injuries and people not being on the team this year, Strus is injured, Okoro got moved off the team. Tyson had to play a little bit more, and he's come in ready to be kind of a true role player, which is extremely exciting. So just taking a look at some numbers really quick, and then we'll get into some film. This is Jaylon Tyson last year, appeared in 47 games, was getting under 10 minutes a game, and mind you, better basketball team last year, right? Some people in front of him, he's a rookie, that's what's going to happen. But actual on-the-court production, not very good, not very efficient. He can't finish at the rim at all. He's not shooting well from behind the arc. One thing that was interesting about him is he was a very good offensive rebounder, which we always gave him credit for last year. Like, dude, that dude crashes for the glass, which if you're struggling to contribute in other areas, you can control rebounds, man. You can go fight for those. So we appreciate that. Like, here's him actually like moving the basketball around a little bit. Like, turnover percentage, like, not horrible. But defensively and offensively, really struggled last year. Now, offense is really up. Defense is above average, right? So some things have changed here. We're much more efficient. Like, we're much more like league average around the rim, which for his position is pretty good. We're shooting the shit out of the basketball this year, shooting 46, almost 47% from three. We're only 20 games in, but still, that's an incredible change. Still getting the offensive rebounds, but look at this. Assist numbers down, turnovers down. Interesting, right? And what I find particularly interesting is this right here. Last year, he was 26th percentile in percent assisted shots, meaning he was creating almost all of his own looks. He's like, give me the basketball, let me do what I got to do. We're up to 72% this year, and Garland's been out a lot of this season for Cleveland as well. This guy's taken on a whole new role, a whole new mentality for how he's doing things, which is really, really interesting. We're also seeing a much higher increase in like 3-point shots, which is really, really cool. I'm impressed. And then let's take a look at like the shot chart, right? So this is shot chart. This is a 2025. I kind of figured you'd be able to see both. Oh, you can. Okay, so here's a shot chart from last year. Pretty analytically efficient, right? This year, pretty much the same thing, but with even a higher concentration on some of these corners and getting to the rim. That tells us that he's playing off other people, right? That's awesome. Donovan Mitchell's not going anywhere, right? Guys like DeAndre Hunter are on the team, and they're going to be able to create for you. Obviously, Garland at points. Mobley is... I know he's been a little bit frustrating this year for some people in Evan Mobley, but regardless, like, they're going to let him do some shit with the basketball sometimes. There's other people on this team that need to create, and he's falling more so into that role player role, which I think is great. Like, this is how you're going to stick around in the league a lot longer. But with all that being said, let's actually go into the film and kind of see what's going on here. So I've got 3 games that I have picked out, 3 of his better games from this season, and we're just going to take a look at probably the scoring for this one, because again, this isn't about like the playmaking, turnovers. Like, I'll save you I'll spare you the details. Like, I'd say his defense is average, which last year it was not good. So I'll like, cool, that's great, right? B3 and D, like that's totally fine. Again, I'm not saying there's anything to write home about. It helps having very good defensive bigs behind him, so Cleveland can kind of let him get away with a little bit more stuff, but it's fine. That's how I'd put it, is fine. So we're going to watch the offense and kind of see how he's doing things this year. We're going to look at some of his higher scoring games to kind of see what's going on, but in this game, Hunter was going off, Mobley's going off, Mitchell's going off, and he still found a way to get up 10 shots. So I want to kind of dive into those and see what's going on. But before we get into all this film, as always, YouTube's going to demonetize these videos. They always do, because YouTube's going to side with big business in the NBA, and the NBA is like, hey, you're using my clips, AVC. Give me all your fucking money. My voice is kind of coming back. I'm still a little bit sick. Your boy went to the doctor today. I got shot up. Your boy got shot up with everything. Like, I'm talking everything. I got needles on needles in me, and like, not some of them not as fun, but I need to get well. So that's what we doing. But anyway, YouTube's gonna demonetize me. I should be protected under fair use because I'm an educator in this space, and so I'm turning all these clips into educational content, commentating over them, rewinding them, slowing them down. Really transformative content, YouTube. And I've got my legal defense in the description, and I've been throwing them back at you guys, and I keep winning these little legal disputes. So you should probably just stop demonetizing them. They're not gonna stop demonetizing them, but at least I said it now, so at least I can keep using my legal defense. But anyway, let's get going with things. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, he's right here, setting a little screen right here. All right, Tyson coming over the top, playing against my Chicago Bulls right now. Right off the bat, looks like just a clear driving lane right here. Shout out the Chicago Bulls. Shout out Vucevic for just, look, Bulls fan, right? Bulls fan. It's been a rough year. It's been a really rough year for me. When the Bulls were 6-0 and everyone was like, hey, AVC, like the Bulls, I was like, nope, don't. Just don't. It's not going to happen. Vucevic, I need you to step down, my boy. But instead, we're just going to go all the way. Super easy finish. Don't really care all that much. Pat tried his best there to play some defense. All right, we got a 3-point shot up and miss. Is there anything else to that clip, really? No, and I probably can't see the shot too well from here. Foot on the line, actually. Can we get a 2 for this? Yep, okay, good job, ref. Good job, ref. We're marking that as a 2. Let me take a look at the form really quick here. For those of you that don't know and you're new to the channel, my background in player development, my specialty was shooting, so I always try to break down the form a little bit more. This guy was not exactly like an elite shooter throughout college, and obviously he wasn't a very good shooter last year. Wasn't bad either, though, but obviously this year we're on fire, shooting a pretty good amount of three-pointers. So looking at the form right off the bat, 1 foot's way too far off to the side. Normally you want 45 degrees opposite the shooting arm. This one looks a little dramatized. This one looks like it's not quite enough. He does jump together, which is good. There's a little bit of a twist in it, and there's, excuse me, not a ton of elevation in things. I hope I'm done coughing. Let me, you know what? I'm not even going to pause the video. We're just going to stand up, break the fourth wall really quick, grab a water right here. This is, for those of you that are new, this is the AVC experience right here. This is the real shit you get. Real coach, even realer emotions and thoughts. That should be the tagline of this channel. Is realer a word? Probably not. I promise you I'm a semi-intelligent person. Ooh, very quick 3-pointer right here. So let's see. Gets into the catch. We're off balance, right? We are off balance with this, boys and girls. Most of you are boys, like 99.8% of you on my channel. We got to get some women on the channel because women play basketball too. Just off balance right here, right? One leg, you can see it, right? One knee all the way up from here. Like elevation already. I don't know. There's a little bit of a twist in the jumper. Just watch this twist really quick. Watch his feet. Watch his feet. See how he's kind of twisting just a little bit. Don't necessarily love that, and that one is long. Should we take a look at the upper half? I think we should, because it looks a little bit interesting as well. The ball is going past the right eye, which is good. I see his hand is a little bit off to the right of it as well. I personally like just getting the hand right under. That's what I like personally, but I can have a little bit of leeway with stuff like that. Lonzo Ball shit himself right here. Not sure what's going on there, but regardless, gets the shot up. Again, like the little bit of a twist worries me just a little bit, because that shot was off just a little bit to the right, and we don't like those misses. That's not a good miss. We got horns action early on. Let's be educators. Horns action. Boom, boom. 2 people right here. Boom, boom. People here. Shout out to Sam Merrill. Can't tell who that is in the corner. Is that Tyrese Proctor? Maybe no, this is Tyrese Proctor, isn't it? Yeah, so what's going on? We got Lonzo up here, different light skin. Here we go. All right, so they're turning this into kind of like a staggered screen over here for Merrill. Merrill's a really good 3-point shooter. Herter's kind of cheating it, and they're just kind of doing disguise action because they're really just trying to get a pick and roll with Lonzo and Jared Allen right here. Lonzo, when did he drop that pass off? Very nice. Here we go. Boom. Nice little pocket pass. And what does Tyson do very well here? We talk about it all the time on the channel. Josh Giddey has to come over and help right now. This is his help. And so Julian Phillips right here should be dropping a little bit lower. He sees the back of his defender's head. Jared Allen goes here. Oh, we got a block by Phillips. He did end up rotating down. It helps to be a good athlete. Give me those. Good stuff. Nothing much Tyson can do, but that was a fun play to break down. Here we go. Lonzo. Ooh. What happened on this little jab step right here? Let me see. A bit of a twitch. Is that a travel? Not quite, but I appreciate one thing. I appreciate that you didn't like rock backwards to go forward. Like we just kind of rip and go right here. That's how you can get by good defenders like Isaac Okoro. He just had, damn, we, all right, we are beating his shit today. These are supposed to be highlights of Tyson. This ain't going well for him. Give me that shit, Jaylon. Good shit. Jalen Smith, low-key my favorite dude on the Bulls. I just find him to be funny as a person. Here we go. Low-key Trey Jones might be my favorite player too. That's just me. All right, here we go. Let's get this 3-point shot up. This one looks much more balanced. The ball is up pretty early, honestly. Like when you're still kind of in that sit position, I don't expect the ball to be past the face yet. I mean, just think about it for a second. Go in your little sit position really quick and then have the ball above you. Does that feel right? Because now you're kind of like jumping and pushing at kind of the same time when you should kind of be jumping and loading. So kind of a weird release here, and maybe that's why he's not getting a ton of elevation. Yeah, look at this. Like the ball's already almost out of his hands and he's barely jumped. Like, look at this. you could fit like a credit card under where he really jumps on this jumper, and there's still a little bit of a twist on it. So I'm not necessarily loving the jumper by the boy. And oh, I should note, by the way, like, your boy watches a lot of basketball film, right? Currently, the lowest, or the team that I've watched the least this year, is the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I get paid to watch certain teams versus others, so sometimes I don't get a choice in like what I'm really deep diving into, but I log all of my time because, you know, that's my business and everything, and I'm doing analytics and scouting and coding and certain other things, right? I didn't feel like I had to watch much of the Cavs going into this season because I'm like, oh, I think the Cavs are going to be kind of what they were last year. I was wrong, and I'm actually really excited to watch more Cavs basketball this year because they've been weird. They've been weird, to say the least, right? Not what we expected. All right, here we go. Tyson, what are we doing? We're on Giddy. Give me that shit. That's mine. Let's go. All right, yep, you're not stopping me. I don't know why he's slowed down like that much. Again, this isn't a killer athlete by any means. Takes the Jesus, what happened on this play? Good Lord, my dude. All right, so like, just take off. Just go straight. Just go straight. He's like, Josh Giddey's gonna get me. Then don't. Anyway, Jaylon Tyson, boom. Jeez. We don't need to comment on that one anymore. Let's just move on. What do we got here? Sam Merrill doing the nice thing, kind of cutting through right here. Don't cut and wrap back around. That's how you bring second defenders to you, and that's what pisses AVC off during pickup. Cut through here and go back out, please and thank you very much. Or cut down here, set a screen. That's another thing you can do. Oh, okay, there you go. You did the right thing. You cut back out. All right, Mitchell cut through as well. Oh, no, that is that Mitchell? That is Mitchell. Okay, cool. Tyson's left wide open. Let's see what happens here. Herter makes an educated choice. I'm going to take away DeAndre Hunter over Jaylon Tyson because, look, in basketball, you gotta give it up to someone more often than not, especially in high-level basketball in the NBA. They're like, okay, we're okay with Jaylon Tyson getting this shot. Here we go. He gets set. Again, like, the ball's already up and, like, his head's, like, notched a little bit here. I know he's shooting well so far this season. I'm not willing to put money on this right now. I'm just not. In my experience with things, and I'm not hoping it goes back down. I'm hoping this dude just keeps cashing it like this. We've seen weirder shot forms work. I'm just saying I'm not putting money behind this jumper right here. All right. Boom. It goes in, though. He's like, shut the fuck up, AVC. Wet money, bitch. All right. Here we go. A little bit of action right here. They leave him open again because you got to. Feet maybe a little bit wide. Again, the ball is up super early. That's just his shot form. I don't remember it being that exaggerated. I really don't. We didn't obviously see a ton of him last year, so hard to say. Let's take a look at this really quick. Let's take a look. So, things I like about this rip through and things I don't like. And again, if you watch my videos often, you probably know where I'm going with this. Let's be efficient with our motion, right? If we know we're going to go by him this way, because when you close someone out, or when you attack somebody's closeout, you want to attack the high foot. His high foot's going to be right here because he wants him to go to the baseline because the baseline's his friend, right? Baseline is his friend. We don't want him getting to the middle because that's how teams get in blender action, and that's when we're like, okay, like, shit. That's when we're really chasing on defense, and nobody likes doing that. That's how coach ends up making you do, like, lane shuffles. If any of y'all have never done lane shuffles, by the way, as a drill, it's the fucking worst. It is the worst. In college, coach did that all the time. It was the worst. But anyway, here we go. On the rip through. Be efficient with your motion. Just make this left leg the first one that you rip through with. Like, don't come back over it with your right first. I mean, he still gets by him, and that's great. And then he does the right thing of turning his feet, going exactly where he wants to go, playing off two. That's great. Doesn't get a ton of elevation still, but is what it is. Okay. That's the buckets for the first game. That's Jaylon Tyson. What did we notice off of that? He's not creating it himself. He's letting other people create for him. And he's using some of those ball handling skills to be that secondary kind of playmaker in a possession, which is valuable, right? That is valuable. That we always can have. You can have as many secondary playmakers out there as you want. But there's only so many primary guys. But anyway, let's move on to this next game here where Jaylon Tyson had 27 points against the Indiana Pacers, who notably have been very bad this year, unless they're playing against my Chicago Bulls, which I'm kind of just rooting for them to lose at this point because somebody needs to help them lose. But they're like, we're going to get AD. Don't you worry, Bulls fans. And us Bulls fans are like, no. So, I don't know. I apologize. My voice is kind of going on me again. But anyway, let's break down this one, kind of see what's going on with him in here. So, the Pacers, what do we got? We're in transition. One thing that I like already, we're pushing the pace, and let's get a little bit deeper in. I see the wall, right? But get a little bit deeper. It makes them collapse just a little bit more, and then you can get really early shot opportunities, which is nice. Like, I love this little, like, handoff here in respace. Like, you're already in blender action. They're not set. They don't know what's going on. J Huff's hair is somewhere else, and so it's all good. Here we go. DeAndre Hunter's like, bro, where the fuck are you going right now? Like, he's like, dude, stay out there for 3. But anyway, he goes, takes a really weird angled floater, gets it to go. Amazing. Very good, very good. Alrighty, what else we got here? Just right off the bat, DeAndre Hunter and him playing in a little pick and roll. We're just getting this shot up right away, huh? We're a little bit slanted on the shot again. You'll see, like, it wasn't the greatest pass, right? He had to bring it over from the left side, but see how, like, one leg's a little bit stronger than the other right now because of that. That's a tough one to recover from. And the ball is just a little bit still on the left side, but otherwise not too bad. Again, don't love like the elbows flaring out. He kind of holds the ball in a weird spot as well. So I don't know, but he lets that bitch go. And see, like, his misses tell me a lot, right? Like, these misses are right and left. We haven't seen any long and short misses. He's mostly making shots in these games, obviously. And he's shooting well on the season, very well on the season. So more of them are falling than not. It's just some of the misses, you know, they just don't have a chance. So something we got to watch for. I would still try to correct the form as of right now. All right. Evan Mobley going to town on the little Canadian man known as Andrew Nemhard right here. Who else we got? Craig Porter, Hunter, Tomlin, and Tyson. Tomlin's such an interesting player, isn't he? All right, we're spacing. Siakam's letting him go. Again, we're off balance with this. And it happens with younger players, right? We got to get a little bit stronger. We got to work on the balance. That's why you see Shea doing all sorts of goofy workouts during the summer. It's for shit like this. Let's get that lower half a little bit stronger. We jump together well here. The reason you jump together is because when you jump together in just a straight line and you go straight up and down, you can only go in one direction. Then if you jump outwards, that lends variance to like where your arms go and other things. So that's why we do stuff like that. But jump together, a little bit of a twist in it. That bitch falls. That bitch falls. Good shit. Here we go. Here we go. I like that he didn't try to just like ISO right here. He did pass the ball up. He went to go set a screen for someone else. And now here we go. Set the screen. And they're not guarding him, man. Like, this is going to happen sometimes with younger players, right? And this is important context for you guys. They're going to choose guarding Mobley over Jaylon Tyson. They just are, right? Like, you might be saying, well, AVC, he's shooting 47% from 3 on the year. They don't give a fuck. Like, they'll lose a game to Jaylon Tyson. They won't lose it to Evan Mobley, right? Because they know about this. All right, here we go. We get the shot up, the twist and everything. Still a thing. But good for him. It's going in. Good for him. It's going in. I like that he locked in like defensively a little bit right there. So it became a one pass away thing right here. And he's like, okay, I'm here. I see both. I see both. I see both. Here we go. Look what I found. Let's go. Let's go. Let's run. Let's run. The fact that doesn't get to Donovan Mitchell is unfortunate. But we're attacking. We finish. Oh my God, that shouldn't have gone in. Should not have gone in. The lack of like real elevation definitely hurts him a little bit. But if you can be crafty with it and be strong, which I wouldn't call him an overly strong player either, that's going to limit you as well. But hey, these are all things we can work on, right? Things that we would talk about in the film room and work on and improve. All right, here we go. Dean Wade, we're crashing. Offensive rebounding, that's what he do. That's what he do. Good stuff. Hey, I like the Tood. We love Tood on this channel. Bring a little bit more Tood. We haven't seen enough of that on film this year. Where's all the Tood? And I'm not talking like, y'all ever go to like high school basketball games nowadays and every time like somebody hits a shot or whatever, like they're like holding up like this or whatever, like they're walking back, like flexing everything, like with every little jumper. Everybody just hits step back jumpers nowadays in high school. It's really fucking annoying. And they all like act like they're all that after every bucket. No, that ain't what I'm talking about. That's not the right Tood. That's not the right Tood. Here we go. All right, decent cut. Offensive rebound. Damn. Put that ball right up in his face. J Huff with the double block. Give me that stupid shit. I'm sorry I made fun of your hair, J Huff. I do enjoy your game. I really do. Oh, look what I found. Oh, that's not offensive interference? That's totally offensive interference, but whatever. It's all good. It's all good. All right, what are we doing defensively right here? Evan Mobley. Oh, J Huff. Look at J Huff. He's like, that bitch going up right here. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy. He's like, what? Here we go. Here we go. Way to pass the ball up. Siakam. Come on, dog. Come on, I'm sure you're tired, Siakam. It's been a long season. Like, we got to get those. We got to get those. Maybe he's tired or something, man. I'll give him the break. I'll give him the break. 3 seconds. Travel. My God. Offensive rebound. Good shit. He's playing a role, man. This is kind of what I'm saying. Like, is it anything that special? No, he's just playing a role now. And I think that's the point of this video, right? It's just to show, like, hey, just because somebody plays one way doesn't mean they can't change it, right? And who knows, maybe he's going to go back to what he was doing before. But for now, he's smacking threes. He's smacking them hoes. Up, down, sideways, we smacking them hoes. Absolute cheek rotisserie action out here. Good cut. Let's go. That's what I'm saying to the man. Just play the role. Just play the role. We see the back of our defender's head. What do? We slip. We slip right on through the night. Yup. Oh, I love it, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, so when you guys get in the comments and say stupid shit about players, because all of y'all do, most of y'all do, right? And you're like, ABC, this guy does this or whatever, he's not that good. Coaches just need to help people be like, hey, this is the role I need you to play so you can be successful, right? It's not easy. It's not. All these dudes been the best basketball players their whole lives and they got the ball the whole game, right? But you can change. You can change. You can change today. Here we go. Here we go. They're not going to guard him. I don't like this shooting form. I just don't. All right, here we go. He brought like his left leg in on this shot, which is just not correct. Like, you're going to be so off balance if you bring your left leg in over your right leg when you're a right-handed shooter. Again, feet facing all sorts of different directions. We jump together. We twist a little bit. But, like, he's smacking them hoes. So, like, what do you want me to do? Tell him to stop? I'd still probably help him out a little bit more because you can always get better. Even the best shooters in the NBA are tweaking their forms just a little bit, and they can tell you every little thing they're doing. I promise you, because it's their job. All right, here we go. Here we go. Tyrese Proctor doing what he's supposed to do. Donovan Mitchell, tough finish. Oh, NBA.com. Why did this clip get put in here? Okay. That's game number 2. We're flying through this. I love it because I got another video to record tonight because I'm super busy and underwater with work tomorrow. Next game here, 24 points against San Antonio Spurs. This one was a win, and yeah, he was very good in this one. Second leading scorer, yeah. Took the second most amount of shots, took more than Mobley, Hunter, Tomlin. Not that Tomlin was in competition for him, but you know what it is. Playing the most minutes too. Wow. Shout out Tyson, man. He's out there. He's out there. Okay. Sick jersey matchup, first of all, right here. Like, love the court. I like the jerseys. Like, this is cool. I like it. Here we go. Here we go. We're playing up really high on Devin Vassell. Unnecessarily high, especially like a Bismack Biyombo Vassell pick and roll. I know Vassell's been like, is he still shooting better from 3-point this year, or is it fallen back down? Just give me 1 second. I want to take a look. Yeah, no, he is shooting well still this year. Okay, I want to make sure I caught myself before I said anything that I shouldn't. But okay, we're shooting well this year. Obviously, one of the scorers on the team. So here we go. Give me that basketball. That was a bad pass. That was he like rolled that bitch. He said, strike. Here we go. Here we go. We're running. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, way to get bouncy for me. Kind of a nothing play there. Let's go. We're off and running. We're off and running. We got 7-1 dudes bringing the ball up the court. Here we go. Great pass. Great stuff. And this, boys and girls, is why you take those couple extra dribbles in, get people to collapse. Great stuff. Moving without the basketball, you get rewarded in the NBA more often than not. Sometimes you don't, and that sucks. Here we go. Here we go. Waters getting the shot up. Oh, my goodness. Clank. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The ball handling looking a little bit rough, but not too shabby. Damn. It's just a little bit out of control. Just a little bit out of control. Here we go. In, out. What goes on here then? Because, like, I don't know why he just tricked that bitch. Must have slipped out of his hand or something. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see. A little bit of pick and roll. I might have tried the skip pass right there, but that's just me. I was kind of looking at, like, what was developing in this play. So we got a pick and roll. He's able to slip by his defender right here. Normally, this is a pass. Keldon Johnson is in a very strong help position right now. So I might look here and swing out to Hunter. That might be what I want to do because there's no other real advantage here. And this looks more like Tyson from last year, where he's like, all right, my time to create. Let's do this shit. All right, takes contact, falling away, like not very balanced. We don't love that, right? It's kind of a messy shot, but that bitch goes in because there's no shot blocker or anything like that in the game. So we can get away with it. Love the early action here on the pick and roll. I would have re-screened that Thomas Bryant. But anyway, Donovan Mitchell's going to shoot. Here we go. Look what I found. And flip that bitch in. Good stuff. We like when we crash. By the way, if you're ever curious, almost, I don't want to say always because I haven't been like around like too many NBA teams or whatever in like their like first couple practices. But a lot of times at the beginning of the season, teams establish like a crash level. And normally there's people that crash, there's people that get back, and then there's people that have the decision to do whatever they want. So I'm guessing that Tyson is told to crash, right? They're like, hey, you're pretty good at this. Like you go crash, right? Because sometimes you don't want just like everybody crashing. You want there to be some logic to it. So just know that level of detail does exist. Here we go. Nice roll. What do we love about this roll? He kept watching the basketball, and even though it's a ghost action right here, and it's more of a slip, not exactly a ghost, because a ghost means you would typically go out here. A slip screen means like, hey, we're not actually going to set the screen. We're just going to slip through these two guys because they're like, hey, we're stopping Evan Mobley. Notice he keeps facing the ball, and where it's at goes up and in. Great stuff. Good stuff, Tyson. Here we go. What are we doing? A little pin down screen right here. Gets into this. He's waiting in the dunker spot, and now that they've moved down here, he's like, okay, got to go out to the corner now. Got to get out to the corner. Here we go. Swing. Again, don't love the form. Feet are pointed directly at the hoop. Jumps together, a little bit of a twist again, but he's hitting in this game, and he's hitting this season. De'Aaron Fox. Ooh, that's nasty. Give me that basketball. Let's go. We're running all the way. Yep, go finish those. Thank you very much. Good stuff. Again, wish he could get more elevated, but is what it is. I can't control that very much. His rip throughs could use a little bit of work still. Like, again, he should be ripping through with this leg first, like rip through that way, and then you could get back into a step back if you really needed to, but it's a little bit inefficient. He hits him with a chicken wrap. That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So right here, boom, chicken wrap all the way through, finish, finger roll. Incredible. He really hit him with two entrees right there, the wrap and the roll. Yeah, I'm with you, dude. That's disgusting, man. Like, I hope he leaves a good tip, because that's crazy. That's crazy. Here we go. We're going. What would I have done in this possession if I was Dean Wade and I had this nice of a beard coming up the court? I don't know. I think he made the right decision. Here we go. We rip through. Again, how does he rip through? That one's better. I still would have extended a little bit more. What you might have been able to do even is kind of like reach out and snatch back and then attack again. But we take the contact. Don't love that shot, but gets it up and in. So we take it. Here we go. Gets another floater. Great job, Jaylon Tyson. You crushing it, my boy. Oh my goodness. We're hustling through this film now. We got an air ball. Who knows what happened there? Lonzo, what are we doing? Zoe? Pass the ball over. We're just getting shots up now. We're feeling ourselves. We're feeling good. Catch. Getting that bitch up. Feet look pretty good on this one. Not as much of a twist. That bitch falls. Cool. Over the top, decent pass, re-space. They're double teaming Mobley like a motherfucker, aren't they? Yeah, that is a twist on that shot if I've ever seen it. So this is what I'm saying. These are the bad misses. The twist was really exaggerated here. So look, he's like this, and then boom, like his feet are damn near like parallel to like the 3-point line. And look where it goes. Like we're talking like left side of the rim right here. That's not what we want. Here we go. Mitchell, what we doing? Oh my God. Oh my Lord. All right. Offensive rebound. That's mine. Oh, smoked it. Gonna happen. Okay. That's film on Jaylon Tyson. I know we went through that pretty quick, but let's get into the actual report. Alrighty, y'all. I'm going to press the number 2 in here and everything's going to fill in. 3, 2, 1, boom. Alrighty, we've got a lot of growth for Jaylon Tyson. This is exciting. Now, let's talk about how this actually works, right? What are all these numbers you're taking a look at? What are all these different categories, other things? AVC, how the fuck did you just grade that guy like that? So I've actually written a white paper about it. I decided to write this whole thing as basically a way to give you guys an intro to basketball analytics if you want to. Is this like the perfect thing ever? No, but this is very basic. All the stats that are used to make this are readily available, things that you guys can easily understand. So I hope that that's something that interests you guys when you go like download this off the Discord. Go read the white paper because it teaches you how all of this stuff works. But basically, we have 6 different categories: scoring, playmaking, defense, post skills, hoops IQ, and potential. The first 5 here are actual, like all numeric, pure statistics, nothing we can do to influence them type numbers. You get a 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best at something. Potential, that one's completely subjective. Why is that one subjective, AVC? Well, I wrote about it here. I wrote, analytics only tell half the story. The other half comes from actually watching the game, understanding player growth, and trusting what your eyes and experience tells you. That's what this category is for. I'm a professional in this space. That's what I do, right? So how does the grading work? 1 means they're not going to make it past their rookie deal. 2 might get a second chance somewhere else, a little shaky. 3, role player. 4, future NBA starter here. 5, like a star potential type of player, right? That's how I evaluate them. When Jaylon Tyson was first coming in the league, I gave him a 2.25. I'm like, I'm not necessarily sure I even see like a role player here. I think it's going to be difficult. Up to this point, he's getting closer to the role player for me. It's only been 20 games, right? And some of you might be like, ABC, he's doing it right now. It's only been 20 games, y'all. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised and I'm shocked, honestly, like with what I'm seeing out of him this year. It's a completely different player, but you know, some of the form, some of the mechanics and stuff like worries me. Is he going to be athletic enough if he's not like hitting some of these shots to still be productive? I don't know. Those are questions I have, but it like a 0.5 swing so far, that's pretty heavy for me. It really is. And I'm really impressed with how different of a player he looks like this year. And so you might be asking like, hey, what all goes into these scores? Well, everything down here does. All the scoring are these categories here, playmaking, stuff like this, blah, 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 blah. So the scoring has stayed pretty consistent, but he's gotten better in every other area, which is really cool. And a C+, that's pretty damn good. And even if I changed this to like a 3 or whatever, it's not changing his C+. So there you go. But what exactly are we seeing in terms of growth and decline? This is interesting. His rim scoring is going down. His creation's going down. More creation in the playmaking. The pressure proxies going down. So a lot of things staying consistent there, but things in the defense, hoops IQ, post skills, those are the things that are getting better. Like we're not turning the ball over as much because we just aren't used. We're not being used quite as much, right? Like we've changed the role of this player. And that's what I think is so interesting about this case and why I think it's a kind of a fun one to dive into. But with all that being said, I kind of leave this up to you guys. Now, again, if you want to understand the finer details of things, go download this. You can put all your stats in yourself for the players you want to evaluate. Go read the white paper. Like, I know it looks like a lot, but it's like, if you want to get into shit like this is a great entryway for you. You can watch the videos. You can read all of this stuff. I think it explains it pretty damn well. I've even had people jump on the Discord and say, like, AVC, I read this. This was really interesting. Like, thank you for doing this. I took like 5 hours and put this together one day. So I hope some more people read it and get curious about it because it's fun. I think it's cool. Show it to your friends or whatever. It's not perfect, but I think it's cool. And let me know what you think of Jaylon Tyson. He's obviously been a fun player so far this season. Where do we think he's going to go from here? I leave that up to you guys. But with all that being said, thank you very much, and let's move on to the comment of the video. Alrighty, y'all. Comment of the video is coming from our every NBA team's top 3 trade targets right now. I had a feeling this video would do solid because I put a Lakers jersey swap in it. Basically, that's the key for having one of my videos do differently because Lakers fans will click on anything, you dummies. But anyway, comment of the video is coming from, where'd it go? I just had, oh yeah, right here. Dwayne Magruder, Y8G, right here that says, the man says, I'm one of those people who grew up in, well, we'll call it less than fortunate environment, followed by, we were told it can fix everything, and then ends with, you take a huff, and then takes 3 huffs. Say it so my boy's addicted, then teaches us how to be addicts. It's always my people. Look, what was I talking about? Is this bitch right here. I told you I've been sick. So I've been huffing my little Vapo stick right here. They're like, Vicks, I was told growing up, fixes everything. You take a little huff here, a little huff here. Oh yeah, no, we're clear as day right now. I'm high as a kite. Let's do this. YouTube, I'm not actually doing drugs. This is really just a Vicks Vapo stick or whatever right here. Vicks, please sponsor me. I will say all the nice things about you. I rub this shit all over me every night, basically, like a goddamn slug out here. But anyway, with all that being said, a reminder, if you want to have more great basketball discussions like the one we just had, go join the Discord down in the description below. It's completely free. It's also how you get access to the progress report. and the white paper. But yeah, thank you guys very much. Make sure you're checking out Fan Daily. I know they've been telling me how many of you guys have been going and signing up for their newsletter. It's, I think, a really cool thing. I get my newsletter every day from them, and it's a fun little read. So please go support them. They're very cool people. And yeah, we'll see you with another video tomorrow. Thanks so much, y'all. Bye.